We're going to turn back now to our coverage of today's anniversary of 9/11. Joining us from Ground Zero in Lower Manhattan, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. And thank you very much for joining us this morning. We do want to talk with you about how the threats to the homeland may have changed or adjusted over the past 2 decades. But first, your thoughts on September 11th, 22 years later.
It's a very, very solemn day. We are honoring the lives lost, those lives lost on 9/11, and also those lives lost in the days, weeks, and months following that tragic event. We also honor the heroes who responded to the terrorist attacks, those who also lost their lives, but also those who survived. The most significant way in which we honor those lives is through the work that we in the Department of Homeland Security perform every day to keep our nation secure.
Mr. Secretary, good morning. You know, it is more than 2 decades since those terror attacks, and a question that looms for all Americans is, are we safer today than we were then? Could you walk us through the efforts that this administration is taking to prevent an attack like this again, particularly at a time when, as you know, members of the other party, Republicans, are very critical of the Biden administration's border policies, including the possibility that some people with ill intent could get over the border?
You know, the threats to the homeland have evolved significantly over the past 20 years. 20 years ago, 22 years ago, we were not thinking about the threat of cybersecurity, where geography is irrelevant, where somebody from across the world can press a keyboard and do so much damage to our critical infrastructure. The threat of adverse nation states spreading disinformation and trying to sow discord in the United States was not something at top of mind. The frequency and gravity of extreme weather events, our Department of Homeland Security, our federal government working with our state, local, tribal, territorial partners has grown so significantly in our partnerships and our capabilities. We certainly are more secure today than we were 22 years ago.
Mr. Secretary, it's Richard Haass here. You're in the city of New York today, and the mayor has obviously been extraordinarily critical of the administration when it comes to the support, or from his point of view, the lack of support for the many migrants coming into this city. Do you feel what he's charging is unfair? And what more are you prepared to do for cities like New York that are facing this great influx of people?
So I would say the following. First and foremost, we are working with a fundamentally broken immigration system. That is something about which everyone agrees, and yet we have not been able to repair it. We need Congress to act. That is the fundamental point. Within the broken immigration system, we are doing everything within our authorities to address what is an unprecedented displacement of people in the Western Hemisphere. It is of historic proportion because of corruption, violence, economic despair, the customary drivers of why people leave their homes, their countries of origin. We are working very closely with the city of New York. We sent a team to assess the situation and make significant recommendations, and now we're executing on those recommendations in close partnership with the city.
Secretary Mayorkas, Al Sharpton, one of the things that I think about on today, as I said earlier to the general, is how all of us were attacked despite our race, despite our religion. They saw us as Americans, and we all died in the Twin Towers and in the Pentagon. You have crusaded probably more than anyone in the cabinet about the threat of internal terrorism, domestic terrorists, and hate crimes. And you just were involved. I did the eulogy in Florida on the hate crime. How important is it for us to deal with on this day, remembering that there are those inside the country that raise a threat to us, and that we must remember that we can have our differences but unite as Americans? And that is as much a message today as any other message that we would give today.
Reverend, I so very much appreciate your message of unity. We all remember in the days immediately following the terrorist attack of 9/11 how everyone came together. We saw American flags being flown from cars, from buildings, everywhere. We need that message of unity now just as much as we needed it then. You and I spoke following the tragic killings in Jacksonville, Florida. When one community is targeted in an act of hate, we all are impacted. We all are targeted. The threat of the domestic violent extremists is the most prominent terrorism-related threat that we face in the homeland now. And partnership is the only thing that can conquer that. And your message of unity resonates on a day like this so profoundly.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate it.